If you've been with me as I've been practicing, you can see that this is my first time because I've had many practices today. But you know what? The world will still spin and the sun will still rise in the morning and set in the evening, and it's all good. And hello, I am Ann White. I am the founder of the Creating Calm Network, and my work is involved in creating calm within chaos. Sometimes I make my own chaos. Sometimes the world is chaotic and we need to learn how to find that calm within it. And sometimes we have personal chaos within our body. And again, we need to learn how to clear it. So good Monday morning to you. This program is Monday morning coffee, but if I come to you other mornings, which I am thinking of doing once I learn this technology, I'm an old dinosaur and these are new tricks. So once I get this figured out, I can see having morning coffee together. And I'm a Coffee Jones, and this is my cup of coffee. This is my Sacred Sisterhood Wonderful Wacky Woman cup, and today it is filled with a very mellow Colombian coffee, which is probably causing chaos, and therefore I need to make calm. You can find me at www.creatingcalmwithinchaos.com, and part of my thinking in doing this kind of work is that the world is chaotic. It will always be chaotic. It was created in chaos. So we need to learn how to bring calm into the chaos around us. But the other part of chaos, I think we either place ourselves within that environment or we create it. Or it's just a matter of living in this crazy kind of life where we take in a lot of toxins, pollution, chemicals when we're even trying to eat our food. Even when we try to eat healthy food, we don't know what kind of GMOs are in it, things like that, which causes internal chaos. So when I come to you with morning coffee, after we've jump started with our Java, I will be sharing ideas on how to create that beautiful sense of internal chaos. Not that. The beautiful sense of internal calm. Internal calm. And today my message is on the art of communication. And you might say, okay, what does the art of communication have to do with creating calm within chaos? And I would say to you, I think we have lost a lot of the fine art of communication. LOL, OMG, what's the rolling on the floor laughing, all of those ways that we abbreviate it, the text messages, the way we don't communicate eye to eye as much anymore. We send texts and tweets and all sorts of things. And I think we've gotten sloppy. And in losing that art of communication, I think we don't always understand each other. And we don't always connect with each other. And we become separate from each other when really we are all part of a great oneness. And we need to learn how to reconnect, not only with the great oneness, that life stream, that energy source of divine good, whatever you call it, just if you want to just call it powerful energy that we're all created from, that's fine with me. So we need to connect there, but we also need to connect with each other and realize that separation is just an illusion. And one way we can do it is practice the art of communication. So here are some thoughts that I'd like to share with you to make us better communicators. One is, no matter how grumpy, tired, cranky, lethargic, bummed out you are, keep that to yourself. Consider it like a cold or influenza. You don't want to share it. You don't want to cause an epidemic, because sometimes you can take that cranky mood and give it to another person who then becomes cranky because you were such a jerk, and it passes on an epidemic of negativity. So, however your negative mood is, when you are going to share part of you with another person, I think we owe it to ourselves and the other person to reach down into that pool of goodness within us and pull out a little more energy, pull out another smile, and give them the best that you have. Pump it up. from my own experience, I work in the days as the founder and producer and the everything of the Creating Calm Network, because we're a young network. And at 4 o'clock, I go to work as a trauma chaplain at a level 2 trauma center. And I work the evening shift. And I got to tell you, I'm not a spring chicken. So toward the end of my shift, I am getting pretty darn tired. But that's my gig. That's nobody else's. So when I'm called to a trauma or when the nurses need me, a couple things I do to pump up. I upgrade my posture, which gets my energy flowing. I take some deep breaths and I drink water, because water helps hydrate our body, which helps de-stress a lot of our internal organs. And then reach in and find that energy, and I give them my very best. Even when I'm starting a radio program by day, and I would just as soon snooze over and put my head on the keyboard of my computer, pump it up. Nobody wants to hear a tired radio host. Hey, I'm Ann White, and I'm coming to you to give you my best today. So in conversation, let's give that person our best. The next part is kind of the twist of it. When we listen, actively listen. As a chaplain, that's one of the things that really is what chaplains do. It's not magic words or anything. It's being fully present and actively listening, and listening to understand. And that's important in any conversation. Don't be trying to plan what you're going to say next, because then you're not actively listening. You're missing it. So, I have 3 rescue dogs, and I love to watch them actively listen, because when they do, they listen with every fiber of their body. Even their hair is listening. It's beautiful. And so when we listen, we should be able to do that as a gift to the person who is speaking to us. And listen to understand the nuance of what they're telling us, to understand the message beyond the words. Ask questions. I'm hearing you say this. Is that what you're meaning to tell me? So work on your active listening. When they're talking to you, don't be texting your friends or checking the internet to see what time the next such and such is on. Give them your attention. I saw a cartoon once where a woman was on a date with this guy, and she says, "Can I just strap your iPhone up to my forehead so I can pretend you're paying attention to me?" Have you ever seen couples go out to dinner and there they are sitting at the restaurant texting somebody else? I think, why go together then? Chat with each other and interact and be curious. Part of listening is being curious. And sometimes you might think, that person is boring me to death. And well, if they are, help them to be more interesting. Inside of every boring person is some kind of passion, some kind of fire. So probe a little bit, ask questions. What is your passion? What makes you get up in the morning? What makes you laugh? What makes you excited? So use that as part of your way to interact with people. And not only is it a gift you're giving them, but your world's going to be more wonderful, because you're going to meet some fascinating people. And I can tell you that's for true. You really will. As you start pulling the threads of their stories, wonderful stories come out. It's incredible the kind of stories that people have that we don't take the time to listen to anymore in our techno, busy, hustle bustle environment. One thing that I think we should do, everyone should do, not just radio hosts. I thought of this when I'm working with radio hosts. But for everyone, what if we were to just record our voice and listen to us trying to explain something? We have iPhones and smartphones and computers. There's a recording something. Everybody's got an ability to record their voice. Record yourself for, say, 3 minutes as you explain how to do something. Don't read, because when you read you have a better cadence, but explain something and then play back and listen. Because what you may find out is that in your life, you may have picked up some of these little critters, like the ums, the likes, the so's, the you-knows. They creep in. And I think because we're not as cognizant of good conversation, and because we get lazy, we allow them to creep in. Even when I record my own voice, I will find I get something, a new one, like maybe so, so, beginning every sentence or thought with a so, and I think, God, just keep deleting those. And when you become conscious of it, you can fine tune your vocabulary and your conversation to make you an interesting speaker. So check it out and see if you don't have any of those little creepy things sticking on the ums, the so's, the you knows, the likes. It's worth it. You want to be an interesting speaker. Another thing is, don't take yourself seriously. If you find that, all of a sudden there's a see, it snuck in, so don't take it seriously. I'm going to have to banish that one. If you make a mistake, if you get tongue-tied, if you just trip or, in your speech, so what? Laugh at yourself. It's okay. I was doing a wedding once where I said to the groom, repeat after me, and then it was like foreign bodies took it. I said something really stupid. I don't know, I was all tongue-tied, and it was like, stop, don't repeat after me. Let's try that again. And I think by being human, instead of being a pompous jerk and trying to just blow over that, it makes things a little more attractive. It's okay to be human. It's okay to make mistakes. And it truly is okay to laugh at ourselves. Certainly we take ourselves way too seriously. So those are some of my ideas for effective communication, for restoring the art of communication. Get excited about chatting with people and enjoy that ability to connect and find wonderful treasures within the people you meet, and know that we are all part of a great one, and it's great to connect and share and to be understood and to understand. And I think that eliminates a whole lot of distrust and dis-ease in our world when we can reconnect with each other. So that's my little, another one crept in, see? I shouldn't have said anything. But that's my message for you today as I enjoy my Columbia. Let me just have a sip. I'm getting ready Mondays at 10 o'clock Eastern Time on blogtalkradio.com/Creating Calm Network is a program called Monday Morning Coffee, which I produce. This morning, which is the 13th of May, I am talking about the fine art of communication. But 30 minutes into the program, Tomar Levine, who does soul guidance for your business and your life, was going to be giving us some wisdom on... Oh, I forgot what Tomar's talking, but it was it was about freeing yourself from what's holding you back, about birthing your sacred work. At 11 o'clock, or 1 hour into the program, Kimberly Burnham, the Nerve Whisperer, has a program called Sensational Wellness. We had a technical difficulty in that program when we were producing it last night, so I was not able to bring you her segment on bone health, which will be next week, and I'll remind you. But I found an interview with Kimberly where she talked about her book, Live Like Someone Left the Gate Open. It's a beautiful book of poetry about the experiences she has had in her life of being a Mormon, of coming out as a lesbian at Brigham Young University, and about her work in sensational medicine. Great interview. And then 1 hour and 30 into the program, or at 11:30 Eastern Time, Ruth Crone, whose program is on Being You, steps up to share with us things on intuition, how we can really be aware of our intuition, how we can pump up our intuition. So 4 very different hosts, 4 very different messages. Maybe 1 or 2 will resonate with you. Maybe you'll enjoy the whole program. And the program is woven together with the beautiful, versatile music. Rebecca Zapin is the versatile musician, but her music is everywhere from a bossa nova to jazz to Appalachian with her violin. Incredible musician. So she does our musical interludes at Monday Morning Coffee. And if you're into music and would love to meet this talented singer, songwriter, musician, wife, mother, beautiful person, if you were to go to blogtalkradio.com/Creating Calm Network. Last week I did an interview with Rebecca where she shared her motivation or her inspiration for songs. We played some of her music. She shared how she balances being a wife and a mother with also being a musician, having sometimes 5 gigs on a weekend. Very good interview, if I do say so myself. So it's great to join with you. I would love to meet you mornings for coffee together, and I would love to connect with you. So if you like this kind of programming, you can find me at the Creating Calm Network, or you can reach me at Ann, A-N-N, at creatingcalmwithinchaos.com. Let me hear from you, because we're just beginning and there's a whole lot of mischief and magic that we can get into. So ciao for now, as I learn where to put my cup with the camera. It's all good. Have a beautiful week and a great cup of Java, or a great cup of happiness for your week.